Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Burrow looking to pass.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Melvin Ingram in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So that one will be accepted. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 1st down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Mahomes going to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on a touchdown pass. And the Chiefs are starting to pour it on at the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now it's Wilson. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow escaping the pressure right. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Here's Burrow. He's going to take another shot here.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow, eluding the pressure right. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Final play of the half for Burrow, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run, too. A tackle there by Jermaine Platt.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Back to throw here. He is going to find Hill here. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the...
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Jordan Evans, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Throwing on second and long. Mahomes to the right side. It's Kelsey. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab.
And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead will swell by 1 more. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
From his end zone, Wilson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And Burrow going to throw again.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And his throw is incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
On third down, Burrow. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Again, it's Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Burrow will throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone. They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And after the early struggles, we've seen the uptick in his numbers. Do you think maybe it was a meeting on the sideline to say, hey, get me the ball. I'm a key part of this offense.
Those guys don't wait to get to the sidelines. They say it in the huddle on every snap, get them the ball. But I think what happens is similar to a great running back, have some patience, have some confidence, and just know that over the course of a game, your talents are going to win out. You're going to find a way to make plays, and I think that's what we're seeing here. He's finally figured out some things they're doing to him on defense, and he's adjusted accordingly.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work. After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep.
A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him. When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
This will be fielded at the 17.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Burrow.
is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now it's Burrow. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now they're in the hurry-up. 1st down. Here's Burrow.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little...
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the rush coming, and he's taken down.
Logan Wilson gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again. Jordan Evans able to drop it that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now here's Mahomes.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
This is fielded at the 7.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Burrow on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Burrow.
Throw that side complete to Chase.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 27. To the air again, Burrow. Flushed out right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. And the talk is over. We're set for the big one. Super Bowl 57. Away we go from Arizona. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25.
Mahomes now on first down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. Shifts by him. And a nice spin into some open field. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to...
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that.
And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The return man, Wilson. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
Shrugs off another. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
41 yards rushing for him now on their opening drive of the Super Bowl.
Mixon with a first down carry. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Pirine. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run it here with Pirine. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Samaje Pirine taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A handoff to Mixon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
72 yards rushing for him now in the opening quarter of this Super Bowl.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run with Mixon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Pirine. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
Pirine.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Samaje Pirine. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, Parker, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Becker's kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Brandon Wilson now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Ready to go on offense, out come the Bengals.
And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
Play action. It's Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run for it with Mixon, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On first down, Mahomes. The right side going to be caught by Hardman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage. And that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Again, zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
2nd and 8.
Mahomes going to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Logan Wilson,
his 2nd sack of the night. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and it's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. 77 yards.
And the Bengals continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
So a pretty wild turn of events there. Instead of a sure 3 points, it's 6 the other direction.
And if you're kicking in the NFL, that should be pretty much automatic, but I don't think that's on him at all. The protection broke down. That led to the block.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And 2 of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. Now Mixon. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Mahomes' throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this is back to a 5-point game. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Bengals set to take over.
And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves, let's get back out there and move the ball again?
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
The Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now a carry for Pirine. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
2nd and 10.
Mixon.
141 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
Mixon.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon
taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
And now here comes Kansas City. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
I mean,
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. On Edwards-Helaire, I don't think he got there. He did not. They'll stop him short.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work.
And he had a short touchdown run last series, 4 carries, good yardage as well. Pretty good all around, really, Charles.
It was, because think of the drive that created all of that, right? The ability to carry the football, the ability to see holes that were created for him, even able to pat the wide receivers on the back and say, thanks, guys, for the help, and finishes it off with that short touchdown run. I can't wait to see what they do in the next drive and the next series, because I want to see how the defense adjusts.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll take this close to a 1st down at the Chiefs' 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Evans.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And they're going to speed things up here.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here's a handoff to Evans.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for it with Evans.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Zach Taylor, a new breed of head coach. He's going to go for it on 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Samaje Perine with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Bengals are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Samaje Perine.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here.
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now it's Mahomes again. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 23. it's halftime here. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. And quickly they get to the line. Now Pirine, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it here with Pirine. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. And to give this time to the tailback. The tackle there by Ben Neiman. 2nd and 8 coming up. And he'll give it here to his running back. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And he'll give it here to his running back. Chris Jones on the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down. McPherson's kick is good.
And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Mahomes. Robinson's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. A first down and more for Edwards-Helaire.
And finally taken down at the 35-yard line.
53 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
6 yards left on second down. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On play action, it's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Mike Remmers, right tackle, called for the infraction.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Following the penalty, it's Williams. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Throwing is Mahomes on third.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. Butker's kick here is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
They haven't had to rely so much on the passing game. It's really been a team effort in the running game that's kept them successful and has them in. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Anthony Hitchens gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
On the handoff, Evans.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And they'll go right back to Evans.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
And they'll run for it with Evans.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. They fake the give. Now Mahomes.
Looking towards the sideline, finding Kelsey for the completion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time.
Touchdown! And that's caught at the 2. Mahomes finding Tyreek Hill, and the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals.
And we'll see if he opts for a heavier dose of running plays, because running is where they've had more success than in the passing game.
And the way they've spread it around to different people running it as well. It's not just been one principal guy who's carried the thing and moved the game forward for them. Whoever has touched it has given them good yardage. I think he's going to stay with that game plan. It takes the pressure off of him as a thrower.
And a team effort, and they're winning on the scoreboard.
Second down and 3. On the give, this is Evans.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
They'll try and run for this with Evans.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
They'll run on first down with Evans.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
On second down, Evans looking for space.
They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Now Evans.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. On first down, it's Evans. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll run on first down. It's Evans. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They'll run with Evans.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
They'll run here with Evans.
And he will maneuver. Way down to about the 7.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Travion Williams
Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Bengals will extend their third-quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit up.
Oh, what a juke into space. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll look to throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a...
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Wilson now on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead. 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'll go again here with Evans.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. That's complete to Robinson. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now it's Wilson.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Kansas City defense, they make their way onto the field now. And trailing on the scoreboard last time, able to force the fumble. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
That's exactly right, because what they did last time is help them stay in this game. Being opportunistic, taking the ball away, that can help keep a game tight.
Yeah, we'll see if they can be opportunistic here. They'll be looking to force another turnover.
Evans gets it again on second down.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, Evans. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible.
Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
T. Higgins.
61 yards.
And the Bengals are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo. Didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
They'll look to run for him with Williams. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can pull and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt. All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
Finding Hardman here over the middle.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
He's going to find his tight end, Gray, complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And again, it's Mahomes. And it's caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Mecole Hardman.
His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game, fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. Williams going to get it again on second down.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And quickly they get to the line. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm. But sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow, escaping the pressure right. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
This game has been a lesson, a clinic in how to throw the football. I mean, even with a big lead, they're not turning off the engine. They're not getting off the gas at all. They plan to keep going at them, and it's working for them.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Flushed out right.
And that's caught one more time by Boyd.
Touchdown, Bengals!
Joe Burrow with a touchdown connection to Tyler Boyd.
And the Bengals add on to their lead.
Well, that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey.
A gain of 6 there on first. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Mahomes to throw once more. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
7 yards, the pickup there. Working with a 2nd and 3.
Now here's Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelsey. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Touchdown! Clyde Edwards-Helaire. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Cincinnati set to take over once again.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They'll run on first down. Williams. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. On the ground, this is Williams.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They run. It's Williams. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Mahomes.
Buying time to his left. And they work this out past the 25. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Mahomes will throw.
He's going to let it fly. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bengal Nation rejoice. Cincinnati has given you the Super Bowl title. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.
They are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.